What's up, guys? Drone here. I'm bringing y'all a update on the FreeMax Starre tank. I got this a little over a week ago and I've been using it pretty much every day. You've seen me in my streams. It's my go-to tank. It's what I've been using. All I can say is from the version 1 to the version 2.1, which is this one, they have made some major changes. Just go ahead and look at this. This is the new one. Throw it up here. See how you got these bevels on the side to allow easier filling? This is what it used to look like. You couldn't hardly fill it. I mean, it was nuts. And remember, if in the old video, if you've seen it, you talk about bubbling. You see how the top hat there, I think it's called top hat, but you see the head there. You see how much taller, how it dips down? Here's the new version. See how much shorter it is? No bubbling compared to the old one. Next little thing I'll talk about on it here is the new silver plated pin in these things. I used to have problems with my Sageli about it not wanting to read or saying add check atomizer, you know, stuff like that. No more problems since they changed that pin design. It's by far the best updated version of this you can get. I'm loving it. It's great. I mean, what more could you ask for in a tank? It produces great vapor. It holds a lot of power. 100 watts is the max output that they have wrote on their 0.25 ohm coil heads. And just show you the size of these suckers. They didn't really change the coil that much, but I mean, that's just the size of it. They also did change the base a little bit, as I'll show you here from the old version. This has kind of got a gunked up coil. See how the old version has the recess in it? This one is flat. The threads are actually, you know, kind of down here on the old one, and then it's flat and a much better surface for me. I think it works a lot better, a lot less leaking issues. And this is after me using it for a week. I had the old tank for probably four and a half weeks, using it day in and day out, and just those problems got to be a headache. I actually had to go buy an IPv3 just so that I could use the tank, and I even bought some different coils and still had the same problem until I got the new version 2.1 tank. And it's by far working. It's doing exactly what it said it's supposed to do. 100% recommend this one. I know I said the last one was great. This one is great plus 10. I mean, I love it. $60 watts. See if I can get this to focus in. This camera didn't like me when I did it last time. I think it's going to. Is it going to? Dang it, it ain't going to work. But that was at 60 watts. Let's do another one. And that's just at 60 watts. I'll go ahead and round it up to 100. These usually don't dry hit on me for the most part, and I'm running 80-20 PG VG mix. Sorry, it's 80 VG 20 PG from my boy over here at Drunken Clouds. That's what the juice I'm using tonight. So it's a good thick base, and it's wicking well, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. For me, that's a little bit too high. The vapor does get a little hot. One thing I'm happy that didn't change is the airflow. These things got monster airflow. I mean, you've got this big wide bore on both sides, a wide bore drip tip. It's awesome. And just a little quick comparison. I've got a Hercules laying around here somewhere, if I can find it. I just had it. Where did you go? Oh, here it is. On the Hercules, everybody scream about airflow. The Hercules, all you got is this one opening. You got double that on this. For me, this is the flavors there. The airflow, I love it because I don't like to choke off my airflow. I like having it wide open. And with these two big old air holes, it just makes for all that much better. I mean, I barely get that much vapor off my RD8, some of them. It's just for a quick throw you. I'll show you this. about the same amount of pull, and it's producing just as much vapor as my RDA does. And for me, my sweet spot on these 100 watt coils, or the 0.25 ohm coil heads, is about 70 watts, 60 to 70 watts. That's kind of where I like it at. It definitely does its job. You guys at Starre definitely stepped it up on this one and knocked it out of the park. And not only are they making these things better every time that they, like I talked to them about it. I talked to these guys on the daily, and they're always adding something new. Now they've got an adjustable airflow drip tip that is coming out, I think maybe 3 weeks, something like that, maybe a month. I mean, I've seen it. They've been posting it on Facebook, posting it around the sites, you know, stuff that I frequent and go and see. And I mean, they're just coming out with stuff every day for this thing. They're just making this tank better and better and better, and it's given, for me, the newbie to, you know, moderate vapor, kind of the stepping stone to an RDA without really having to go to an RDA. It's just pump your juice in, throw it on your Sigelli, your IPV, whatever you want to put it on, and rock on with it. It's just simplicity at its best. Like I said, I can't keep from not hitting it. It's a great tank, and I definitely love how they stepped their game up and changed everything. I mean, just the changes on the tank alone made me completely happy. And these retail for about $45 a piece. Again, I'll show you how big of a difference they did on these juice filled channels. I mean, just monsters. You can see it after I turn it sideways. See the differences in those? Oop, let's get it up here, get a little closer. All right. Oop, camera messed me up. But yeah, no bubbling, no wicking issues. I mean, they're spot on. And I'm definitely loving how they've got their coils set up. I mean, it's great. Let's go ahead and pull this out of here. This is the 0.5 ohm coil head that comes in it, and this is 20 to 60 watts, which is plenty enough. I mean, I would just showed you at 60 watts. I'll do another big pull, but 4 big juice channels for wicking just on your coil. You know, 1, 2, 3, and quattro. And the same goes with the airflow on the bottom. It's got 4 airflow channels in your coil head, and these are silver plated. And to me, they're 100% better than what they was before. I mean, when I used it before, it was great, and now that I'm using the upgraded version, it's even better. Wipe that off on my shirt. Brush my shoulder off. I mean, it's just even better. I mean, 100% loving this tank. They couldn't have done anything else, I think, to make this tank any better, unless they made it free, which that ain't never going to happen. Nobody's ever going to make anything free. But I'm going to put that back in the box. I'll just show y'all what comes in the box real quick. I'll show you how it comes when you first get it. Come here, sucker. But anyways, there's your retail packaging. And you flip around. You got your normal, you got your Starre by FreeMax, you got your scratch off thing to prove that it's authentic. And on the back it says 1-piece Starre tank, 0.5 ohm coil head installed, 1 replacement DVC coil, 0.25 ohm for a spare, and you get a replacement glass. I know a lot of people should say that they should really post on here about battery safety and all that jazz. I kind of agree with that. I've seen a lot of reviews, people talking about that. Yeah, they should probably put a little disclaimer down here. Please make sure you're using the proper batteries, you know, to run these tanks without running it into any misfortunes. Now, I've got it right here. You do not ever want to run a tank on a hybrid top cap, which is this. It has no adjustable 510 connector. It's just straight battery. So I just want to throw that out there as well. Some little battery safety tube, mech safety. These can be run on a mechs. Actually, yeah, I actually did run it on my Copper Cherry Bomber. Worked pretty good. But again, it's not a hybrid, and it works well. Just ain't gonna be carrying this thing around all the time. It's freaking heavy. Actually, I'm gonna throw it on there real quick just to show y'all that it does work. This is a fully mechanical box. So, and this thing works on everything. So, What a fool I'm going to look if it doesn't. But I know it does, so. Well, I guess it's not going to work. I made a liar out of myself. Did I put the batteries back in there? I bet I took the batteries out of that. It's hard to tell because the freaking thing is so heavy. Let me find my screwdriver. Ah, what do you know? No batteries. I'm telling you, it's heavy. It's. But anyways, it does work on there. I do promise you that. And I'm not going to edit that out because bloopers save lives. Oh, throw this on the IPV. Throw it on my IPV real quick, and just so I can show you that it works on everything. This is honestly by far my favorite tank out. I've got an Arctic, I've got the Heracles, I've got Delta 2. I mean, I've got I've had an Ego 1. Just about every Sub-Ohm tank out there I've had them, except for the ones that like come out yesterday. You know, I haven't got to try any of those yet. And this one is rocking it. See if it'll zoom in. Alright, so 90 watts. We'll try it at 90 watts and see how bad it chokes me up. Little quick draws. Anything over 90, 100 watts, it gets really hot. I've pushed these coils to 120, 105, as far as 150, but it really gets hot and you can't take a very long drag. That is without a doubt. Yeah, it gets hot. Really hot. But yeah, my happy vaping area is about 70 to 75 watts on this tank. That's where I get all my flavors. Come on. There we go. The thing about the IPV I don't like about the Sigelia is those 0.1 increments. She's working. And if you have any thoughts about not getting one of these, like you've heard stories or any mishaps about tanks or all that hoo-wah, I mean, it's really subjective. You know, you might like this better than something else, or I might like something else better. I'm telling you, you'll like it. I like it. It works great. Everybody, you know, everybody I've worked with, I've let them try it, you know, several times, and they're like, man, that's great. I love it. Where can I get one? And then, you know, I shoot them that way. And everybody seems to be happy with it. I've not heard one bad thing said about this tank from anybody that I've heard of using it. I mean, just in the forums, these things go crazy. You know, if you've got one, they're great. And I just can't say enough good stuff about it, other than I wish I had more of them, or I wish I could get coils easier. Coils and stuff are hard to find because these tanks are still relatively new to the market. I mean, they are kind of flooding in now. I've heard of them saying that they're meeting with a lot of more U.S. distributors and getting them out on the market. I've seen a few other websites that are offering these. I know Celtic Vapor offers these. I'm actually going to drop a link in the description. They offer these tanks and these coils, and I'm pretty sure they're in stock right now there too. So that's a straight up heads up where to go and get them. And let's see, anything else I want to say other than Little Dragon. I love this tank. Anyways, that's enough for me. That's kind of my in-depth. I've used it for between the beta and the latest version 2.1. I've used it for about a month and a half, almost 2 months. It goes through coils about, depending on the juice you use. If you don't use like really sugary, you know, house juices, stuff like that, you use a lot of good custom juices like Drunken Clouds, or let's see another one here, or Celtic Vapor, you know, all hand custom made juices. You're gonna go through coils about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I've had one last almost a month. So I mean, it's not like they're gonna hit you on coils, or they're designed to run out of coils fast so you have to buy more coils. They're definitely not like that. And they are a dual vertical coil. Wanted to say that real quick. But that's about it for me tonight, guys. I will catch you all later and look for some more reviews of me in the future. Thanks. Peace out. Bye.